What is going on, Wisconsin? Sorry for the slight delay. Our guest is having some technical difficulties, so please bear with us if he's able to get it to load back up. It might be a second of us kind of moving things around here on the screen, but didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Appreciate everybody swinging out. Happy Wednesday, Weedness Day. Man, how's everyone? Anybody got anything crazy from the storm? Hopefully everyone's okay. That was quite the storm that came through. Hey, Jill, thanks for stopping out. Much love. Appreciate you. As always, I'd like to start out by saying a huge thank you to our friends of the podcast, our partners, Higher Love. Oh, our guest is here. Let me finish up real quick. Higher Love, much love to them helping us out. We got Tom Arnold in the house. What's going on, my man? Appreciate you swinging out. And then also Ignite Dispensary. Appreciate everything they do to keep us rolling here in Wisconsin. So, again, if you're up in the UP or want to get some good stuff and get it legally, make sure you head up there to the UP. Check them out. And if you're looking to get some stuff in Wisconsin, definitely recommend Ignite. Danny's in the house. What's up, man? Jill's here. She says, my mother-in-law lost her barn. Oh, no. Hope everything's okay. Hope everything is okay. It looks like Kevin is in here, but Kevin, it says you need to connect your mic/cam before you can add them to the stream. If you want to mess with that for a minute, see if you can get that to work for you. But yeah, no, that weather was crazy. Huge shout out to Higher Love again for their dog CBD. Definitely helped our dog. He was obviously not in a good state with all the thunder and that going through. So great to see a lot of different products out there for even our pets that this wonderful plant can help them with. So much love to cannabis as well for helping some of us to get through all that fun stuff. Let me see if Kevin can figure out what he's got here. He might be an Apple guy. That could be our issue. Apple likes to make... Oh, I see. I think we got a camera almost. We got a mic. Oh, we got a mic and no camera, Kevin, so we're getting really close. Looks like your mic is live. Awesome. So we'll let him finish up with that. But glad to see most of our people are here right away are here, so hopefully that means everybody out there is good. Yeah, that was some crazy shit rolling through. Got some awesome news I wanted to start things out with, and actually I didn't even get a chance to get on the computer today, just kind of fixing up stuff. Our power went out, so been dealing with some stuff over here, getting the lawn fixed up. Had some stuff out there that was blowing around, and somehow, not super excited to admit it, but somehow I popped the trunk on my car in the middle of the rainstorm. So yeah, my wife woke me up and she was doing her perimeter check to see what happened. And she goes, your trunk was open. I was like, son of a gun. So now I am going to hang my keys up when I get in. Not going to leave them in my pocket anymore. Because apparently the old Accord likes to hit buttons in your pocket. Damn thing. But we got the fan out there, got her dried up, had a bunch of towels. It was neat. Should have been there. But no, I saw great news today. I wanted to see if we could get some details on cannabis rescheduling, and it hit the registry today. So wanted to see what all that entails. Don't know if you guys saw that, but seems to be exciting news. This is according to the United States Office of Public Affairs. This sounds pretty official. Oh, we got Kevin too. Ooh, I'll get you, Kevin. All right, let's get Kevin in here first. I'm super excited. Kevin's the man. I apologize, Kevin. He probably thought we were going to be doing Zoom, and I should have gave you a heads up. But let's get him in here. He can yell at me then. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Good evening.
Let's go. How's our buddy Tim holding up? Do you know?
He's trying. Something about his computer. This you have to go through an actual PC, and I don't know. He's got all this other fancy equipment. He's trying to get in.
Okay, no worries. You're kind of going to hold it down for now.
I can, or you can just go on and.
Okay, we'll touch base with. We'll keep going with where we were. Appreciate you joining us here quick. I'll put you back in the little waiting area. But yeah, this is Kevin. Kevin's the man. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up with Kevin. I'll keep you guys in tune on that here in just a minute. So according to the Office of Public Affairs, we've got the Justice Department submits the proposed regulation to reschedule cannabis, and wanted to go over what that essentially means. Looks like here they've got proposed rule seeks to move cannabis from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, obviously, as we've been talking about for some time. emphasizing its currently accepted medical use and treatment in the United States. And it looks like obviously been scheduled one drug since Congress enacted the Controlled Substance Act. That was back in 1970. The rescheduling of controlled substances follows a formal rulemaking procedure that requires notice to the public, which is what happens today, and an opportunity for comment and an administrative hearing. This proposal starts the process where the DEA, our good friends over there at the DEA, will gather and consider information and views submitted by the public in order to make a determination about the appropriate schedule. During that process and until a final rule is published, cannabis remains a Scheduled 1 controlled substance, as we would expect. But again, that hit the actual registry today. So we'll take what we can, and that's kind of how it goes. We got Mohican in here. What's up, brother? Thanks for stopping out. Much love, much love. But yeah, we are on the registry. Seems to be a start. It's been, as we know, it's been a hectic process to get this far, and look forward to seeing what they decide next. Again, I think we can all agree it's crazy that we even have to go through this process, but again, we got to take small victories when we get them, and I guess the one thing we can look at is trying to get this out of the same category as some of the crazy stuff out there, like meth and heroin. It's a start. It does have some positive potential, but we got to see what the government's got up their sleeves. So we will keep an eye on that. As far as we had a couple other things popping off I want to touch base on. Thanks, Danny. All is good. We had Massachusetts. I can't remember if we had discussed this. I know someone sent it to me last week, but this was awesome to see a vote. It's not too often you see a vote pass 156-0, but we had that last week, or today, I'm sorry. The chamber over in Massachusetts passed legalization, or I'm not sorry, not legalization. This would be for the veteran-focused bill on psychedelics therapy and cannabis as an opioid alternative, which obviously sounds like a good thing, but we'll have to see where they take it next. Again, it's always going to come down to what do they come up with in their bill? How are they going to roll these things out? That typically is a thing that we run into where it's like the question comes into play of what do we actually have going on through here? Tom says, went through this when the DEA wanted to ban Kratom, which went well. They didn't, but good old Wisconsin still banned it, of course. Wisconsin, man. Waldo says, not all cannabis was Schedule 1, just marijuana. Hemp is federally legal, unscheduled. Touche. Good point. Ernest is in the house. What's up, my man? Appreciate you swinging out. Mohican says, I'm going to Washington, D.C. tomorrow to carry our message of descheduled cannabis. Let's go, man. You're the man. Appreciate you doing that. I got a buddy out there right now as well, doing the same thing. So, again, it's going to take a lot of us. We got to keep on these folks. And we know what we're fighting for. Let's be honest. If this was like trying to move a kid's, not even the kids, if this was like trying to move soccer practice and we put this much time and effort into it, obviously we might stop. But when it comes to cannabis and knowing all the positives of it, how it's helped many of us, many people we know, and just, man, I feel like the world really needs cannabis right now. A lot of folks do. It's just some crazy stuff out there. There's a lot of prescription drugs out there that, people addicted to and that kind of stuff. Like, it's just a simple plant. Let's keep this thing rolling. So Danny says the big green wave. That's what I'm talking about, Danny. Let's get that green wave going. Yes, sir. Mitch is in the house. He says, hey, Mr. Beans, hope all is well. Did you get a chance to look into Senator Patrick Tessin? I did some research. Definitely looks like a guy I want to chat with. And I've got him on the list early next week. Typically, I try to focus like sending emails. Basically, every connection I've made has almost been through email or Facebook, like yourself, Mitch. But I try to separate like when we're doing projects and when we're sitting at the computer all day. So he's definitely on the list for next week. Actually, he's on the whiteboard. The whiteboard is the vision, and we got Tessin up there. So definitely looking forward to that, my man. And I should have some some details for you as far as what we're looking at with the event out by you. Really looking forward to that, Vibing in the Pines. Should have that next week for you as well, buddy. Waldo says, I really think at the state and Fed level, they either give 0 Fs about it during this election year, or they are doing cannabis related things for votes. Sadly, that is the major concern. That is the concern. Again, we like to take people for what they say is their intent, and we try not to think of the timing. Like give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Like we really worked our asses off to get here, but it is interesting that the 3 years prior were a little quiet. Now that we got election, it's coming up. I don't know. I just wish people would be truthful and honest, especially when it comes to politics and talking to a large group of people like us, constituents. But unfortunately, again, it seems like a little bit of a game out here when it comes to our local government or our local or federal government. Wally says, what blows my mind is Madison can have naked bike ride, which is gross to me. I did see this, but we can't smoke a joint or anything out there. Fair. I was gonna say Madison is decriminalized. They're not enforcing anything. Oh, Tim's in here. Tim, we got your audio. We just need camera. So you're really close to being in here. Look at that. We're getting like the whole build up to this. We don't want, we're letting you guys settle into your seats. Wally also says, yeah, it is, but LOL. Here in Milwaukee too, but come on, they can do that. But we want to use our medicine and enjoy instead of 6-pack of beer. Amen, brother. Mitch says, I'll take it any way I can get it, but it does suck that politicians will do things for the wrong reasons. Yeah, definitely, Mitch, with you there. And I really wish there was a way to give some of these folks who seem to be in politics for the actual right reasons. And actually, that's what I'm looking forward to having the folks on to this evening that we're going to have. You can just feel the realness in what you're looking at in a candidate, and just when it comes to government beliefs, I feel like the system has become such a powerhouse of over control, overstepping, over exerting every taxation, everything. And it's like we can't even take one step back. It's just keeps going forward, keeps taking more and more. I don't know, pretty bizarre. Jill says, keep wishing politicians would be truthful, right? I know they don't enforce it, but you get my point. Yeah, no, I got you, dude. Jay's in the house. What's up, Jay? Thanks for swinging out, brother. Wish in one hand, shit in the other. Yeah, right. We'll see what happens. It is what it is until we can enact enough change to make things happen. But again, we're closer today than we were yesterday, even if we're still a few miles out, until we can get a little more detail on what the hell's going on at the state level, which again, when everyone is checked out for the year on spring break, spring, summer, fall, half a winter break, with the session closed, we'll see what happens. But we've got a couple other things we can touch base on here. Let me pull this bad boy up. We've got Americans want cannabis legalization to prioritize equity and benefit workers. That's a poll from an advocacy group. I don't know about you, but that's something I could get behind. Let's see, go into a little detail about what they're talking about here. We've got, whoa, whole screen is going crazy here. Wahan, what's up, man? He says, nice to see a 420 friendly live. Yeah, man, definitely. We try to do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 o'clock. We're here just about every night. Joshua, what's up, buddy? Josh is in the house. Uh-oh, my computer might be on the fritz. I can't see you guys. I can see a couple comments. The rest of the screen is black. Oh, boy. Hang on here. Buckle up. Put your seatbelt on. It might be, I don't like to admit fault, but it might be because I have about 500 tabs open in Chrome. Somebody had told me once, like, the amount of Chrome tabs you have open on a computer normally kind of describes like how ADHD you are, and that would be true. I have lots of tabs and lots of screens And it just so happens to be just like the way I think. Got 100 great ideas. You start on it, and then it's like, oh shit, wait a second. That was supposed to be due today. Hey, man, we're doing the best we can. Let's close these tabs and keep it rolling. Ken says, I just hope we get legal here soon. Absolutely, man. And Ken was also talking about the Republicans here keep screwing with us. Definitely how it seems. And again, I was hoping to hear back this week yet, but it might have to wait till early next week. Again, working with a couple of Republican lobbyists. Obviously, we need to get them on board, and these guys sound pretty eager and passionate about cannabis. And maybe they'll have some insight. Well, they had insight in sitting down and talking to them, and insight on how politics work, what some of the issues are, and how we can attack and actually make some change. Green Swan Temp says, I was just going to say the same thing. My laptop is the same way. Yeah, Pete knows what's up. He's just like me. We got them tabs open for days. Hey, you bet one. Absolutely, man. With no loops as well. Come on now. Wally says, does it really matter that they are changing the zones for voting and such this fall, like Ever's really talking about and hoping comes legal? My understanding is it definitely should. Basically, my understanding is there was a lot of Republicans, especially in the state, a lot of Republicans who had enough like farmers or what, their zones are set up. They had enough support to win re-election without coming out and making these big or making really any decisions on big topics. They can kind of just sit back and wait until voting comes up and they know they're in a Republican stronghold zone. So they're going to keep that seat. And allegedly what this is supposed to fix is it's going to be more, more closer to 50-50 where, now you actually got to earn your vote. Again, that's my basic understanding of it. Definitely not a furthest thing from a political major as you could be, for sure. But just in talking around and kind of getting the understanding of it, that's where my understanding breaks down. We're going to try getting off of Instagram because Instagram is always weird. So now if I come back, oh my gosh. Yeah, this is going really crazy. Add that to your age and it might be legal by then, right? Ken says, oh man, this whole computer is going. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to try a Control-Alt-Delete real quick to get the little task manager up. Oh boy. What does that do? Why is this running? This could be our issue, folks. I don't even know what that is. It looks like some kind of a gaming service, which doesn't make sense. Hold up. Boy, always something new with this technology. One day, folks, we're all going to be able to just chill around a campfire, talk about whatever, and not have 50,000 different pieces of technology involved in doing all this here. Whoa, go back. Oh boy, hopefully you can still see me once you lie. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, she's going way bonkers here. Okay. Pete, take the floor. Pete's going to talk for a minute. No, I can still see the comments. The comments are on top of my email where I can't see you guys, even though it says that screen is open. But at least we can read the comments. Hopefully you can still see me. Ken says, now they are scheduling it to 3. So under those guidelines alone, and almost 80% of the state want it, right? It's getting ridiculous. I was going to tell you about my open tabs, but I got sidetracked. That should be a shirt. I would buy that. Waldo says, has any state Republicans spoken about the rescheduling? What's their opinion now? Is there a shift in acceptance? Hey, that is a great question. I'm going to get on that. That is a great question. I'm going to send that out, even though most of these folks are saying we shouldn't even meet right now. We should wait till session's back in. Well, give us your stance on rescheduling. I like that. Good question. Now that's being rescheduled, it sounds like the Republicans could be more open to negotiations. That would be huge. Waldo says no more sites. Get out of here. Says we can still hear you. Okay, that's good. Still hearing, seeing here. Cool. Well, we'll just keep rolling with half a screen and keep an eye out for Tim. I can kind of see where Tim's going to pop up when he's on here. We've got some interesting. I did get the post up with the details for the event to Brews and Buds on June 8th. Again, that's in Milwaukee. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, it is on the Facebook page. That post is up with some details. Please make sure you swing out. It's going to be a ton of fun. Really looking forward to that. And going to be out there with the folks from Hemp Fest, and it's going to be a great time. It's going to be kind of a little test run to how Hemp Fest is going to go this year, which we were just taught. We had 2 meetings this week, working on some more stuff. Really excited about it. I think you can be really impressed with the chat. I'm reading the chat with the march and the speaking, that kind of stuff. So should be dope. Green Swan says, haha, day. Don't laugh, bro. You're in charge. If this thing goes down, direct all your comments and concerns to Green Swan Hemp Company. I'll get you his address. If you can't get him on social, just go to his house. He'll answer your questions. I'm going to have to go with that finally in my neck of the woods. Hey, let's go, Wally. Good shit. Be great to meet you, man. Definitely looking forward to it. All right. We had some more articles coming through. Let's pull those up with what's cracking out there in the landscape of the US of A when it comes to cannabis. I'm sure there's something interesting we didn't get a chance to touch on just yet. Oh, here we go. Oh, little shift in things here, folks. Daily cannabis use outpaces daily drinking in the US, a new study says. What? It's almost like cannabis is more enjoyable than alcohol and doesn't have all the negative side effects. Crazy. Oh, we got a new comment. Screen shaking. What's good, Wisconsin? Hello from Illinois, says DD. What up, DD? Appreciate you swinging out. We definitely need more pull in Milwaukee. I agree with that, Wally. So, yeah, daily cannabis use outpaces daily drinking in the U.S. Let's go. So basically what this comes down to, it says this is the first time in 40 years, or it's been 40 years in the making as cannabis use has become more mainstream and legal in nearly half of the U.S. Yeah, just not over here in the old fine state of Wisconsin. In 2022, estimated 17.7 million people reported using cannabis daily, and 14.7 million daily or near daily drinkers. In 1992, when daily pot use hit a low point, less than 1 million people said they use cannabis nearly every day. Holy shnikes. That is a shift. That is crazy. Josh, what's up, buddy? Katrina's here. Hey, what's up, Katrina? Thank you for swinging by. Are you guys' comments still popping up when I click on them? I'm clicking when the new ones come up, but I can't tell. This is very bizarre. I don't know what the hell is going on. Here, I'm going to try putting you guys on my other screen. Let's see if we can blow this thing up. Put you on this screen. Oof, that's not good. Uh-oh. Go back. Don't do that. Go back. Javin's in the house. What's up, Javin? Javin the man. We can see all the comments. Awesome. Thank you, Jill, for letting me know. Thank you. Back to our article because I can't see anything now. It says maybe a good 40% of current cannabis users are using it daily or near daily, a pattern that is more associated with tobacco use than typical alcohol use. The research, based on data from the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, was published Wednesday in the journal Addiction. Survey is highly regarded source of self-reported estimates of tobacco, alcohol, and drug use in the U.S. So yeah, essentially per capita rate of reporting daily or near daily cannabis use increased 15-fold over the last 30 years. That is a lot. They go on here to acknowledge in the study that people may be more willing to report cannabis use as public acceptance grows, which could potentially be the boost in the increase, which I guess would make sense. I could see being a little sketched out by sharing that, if that indeed were the case, where it's still super not legal anywhere, like it would have been back in 92. So bring up a valid point, but either way, I definitely would see quite a bit of growth over the last few years in people just getting educated, I think is a big part in that. And people, like, I just feel like at a certain point in time, there was a certain, the stigma around cannabis use is finally, I think, wearing off. Which again is going to take education, because a lot of people, you can't just say, "Oh no, this won't be bad." Like, they got to see it. They got to see the change. Like, "Oh, I didn't know you use cannabis," or that kind of thing. So, Mark's in the house. What's up, Mark? We're rolling with. I'm kind of rolling blind here. Computer's wigging out. I can't see you guys, so try to keep it. Try to keep it safe in the comment section here. Nobody beating up each other. No name calling, none of that. Most comments are showing up, but again, you're kind of built into the desktop on top of like 8 different things. Oh, wait, wonder if it's, what is this client portal? Let's get out of that. See if that makes anything better. Oh, get off of Facebook. It's probably Zuck. I'm probably getting zucked right now. You guys remember when I was talking about the turkey and then my power went out or whatever? That was crazy too. Zuck's always messing with me, man. Surprised he hasn't shut down our page yet. Shouldn't say that any louder. He's probably just sitting there by the delete button, waiting for the day to delete our stuff. Because Zuck's a piece of work too. I wonder what his stance is on cannabis. Should let us talk about it more, you putts. Somebody get on that. What else we got cooking in the land of news here? We've got. Oop, screen's loading here. Bear with me. Did you guys see this article about cannabis poisonings among older adults have tripled on CNN? I saw a few anti-advocates, or whatever we want to call them, out there sharing this article anywhere they could the other day. Let's see if that we can get to load. It's weird because this screen is playing the damn video, which I don't want the video of. It's the Kardashians. Their video is playing as a pop-up. That's great. I really don't care. Go away. I wanted to see what this was about. I just knew it had to be some kind of far off the wall thing. It says from October 2018 through December 22 in Canada, there was a significantly higher than that of the pre-legalization period when it comes to emergency department visits for cannabis poisoning. First of all, I think a little clearer terminology here could be used, which would be, what is poisoning? Are we talking like people took too much of an edible? That kind of thing? Because with Canada having gone legal in that time frame, if you've got folks that are trying cannabis, and here's something that if you got folks trying cannabis, they're at the store learning about it at the dispensary. They get told to try a quarter of a gummy. They get, here's a better example, a quarter of a piece of a chocolate bar. And then they get home and they have a quarter of a chocolate bar. Again, I think I've touched on this a handful of times, but I feel like there's always something that would work really well is somehow to be able to bring, I mean, you could go in there with a journal, write it down, but to have like an app that basically your bud tender's recommendations you can reference when you get home. So you can pull up, okay, what was it that he was talking about again? Because especially when you're educating someone who stops in for a first time, there's a lot of information to go over. And I think that's what's happening here, though, because when we're talking about like hospitalizations because cannabis caused XYZ, that's what's increasing here. Or if they used cannabis when they were kids, flower, and they're not used to the potency of it now. Way too many variables. And again, I don't like that they call it, poisoning. To be poisoning is, right here, Wally said, no poison, but overdose and freaking out. Right. That's pretty much what it is. Waldo says, blame Canada growing that poisonous cannabis. Something. Tom says, mentioning the stigma, I think we also need to be honest with ourselves and then those who are trying to convince that similar to alcohol, cannabis isn't good for everyone. Not everyone should do it. There are people that may be susceptible to cannabis. That is true. I think there's some people, or just some people that cannabis doesn't react with how they would like it to, or could have the adverse effects, that kind of thing. It's definitely not for everybody, but I think there is a lot of the pros definitely outweigh the cons. Cannabis says, or Wally says, more people die from cows in Wisconsin. That's fair. That's fair. Dave says it was more potent now than it was back then, with over 65 crowd canned hands today's potency. Fair. Waldo says you can tell someone 10 times to cut a gummy in half. They won't. They either A, not fully listening, or B, think they have Superman tolerance, right? Tom says the pros outweigh the cons, but selling it as the best all isn't helpful in my opinion. Correct. I would argue that it's safer than alcohol, but that's not really something that has to happen as far as that goes. But I agree, it is not the cure all by any stretch of the imagination. Mark says check out the documentary called The God Plant on it. That sounds interesting. I like it. Actually, I'm going to look it up now. I want to see what the God Plant is. So, yeah, we got CNN talking Canadian reports and alcohol or cannabis poisoning. Keep an eye out for that. Do what you can to help educate. It's really all we can do. This looks cool. Yeah, The God Plant. This documentary seeks to be the ultimate odyssey of exploration into cannabis and its uses, starting from the formation of the endocannabinoid system and the simple sea squirt through to its early uses, the plant's medical benefits, and landing at modern legalization movements. Awesome. Definitely want to check this out. What are the chances this guy in it would hop on a podcast? That'd be crazy. That'd be cool. Got to reach out to this guy, John K. Webster. Sounds like a nice guy. John Webster. Sounds very nice. Someone might be a big person, or so they might need more. Fair. Farm Bill hearing is tomorrow. Yes, I got that on my list. Hoping to be able to check that out. Brandon says recently got alien mints at 42% and 4.6 terp percentage, and some miracle alien cookies at 38% with 4.2% terpene, and even some seasonal regular smokers can't handle their shit. Yeah, that's crazy. Jeez. False size doesn't necessarily matter. I am the biggest lightweight when it comes to edibles, and I ain't small. I am in that boat. They call me 10 milligram Bob because, 20, and I am in the clouds. But I'm also super cool with that because it makes things a lot more affordable. Because most people's chocolate bars they eat or whatever, I can chop that thing up 20 times. It's nice that way. It's nice that way. Wally says it's summertime now and can't have weed gardens like the beer gardens because it's not cool for the news till you come get drunk at the park and drive home. Right? Wisconsin. Brandon says typical edible dose for me is 50 milligrams and people can't handle that. I would not be able to. What is the dosage for everyone in here as far as edible? And we're talking like you laugh quite a bit, you get the munchies, but you shouldn't be driving high, like that kind of high, like not just pain relief, not just chill. What's your good time edible dosage? Let's see how we range in here. And again, that's one of the interesting things when it comes to poisoning. Let's say that like CNN was calling it. If people, it's not just one capsule affects everyone this way. That's where a lot of these, I think, older folks maybe didn't understand that or that kind of thing. Everyone is different. Mark's at 10. 10 milli Tommy. Tom knows what I'm talking about when it comes to Tom Segura. So Tom's at 20 milli. Mark is at 10. Let's go, Mark. I have a problem if 20 is wrecking you. 1,000 milligrams and I still smoke all day. Josh, you got that thing with your liver where you don't break it down then, because I'd say 1 out of 5 or 6 people, edibles just don't affect them until they get mega dose. But it's all about how your liver breaks them down. Mark says maybe 20. Ken can do 250 and be good. Okay. Mike says 15% is a roll of the dice for me. Fair. Waldo says 5 milligrams D9 is still too much for me sometimes. All right. I wish I had a low tolerance. I need 2-week cleanse. 100 milligram doesn't phase me, just makes me sleepy. Hubby takes 200. All right. And Wally says, even like, what does that say? Even like how it is with mushrooms, everyone like eating eighth beef Floridan can eat Q and keep going on his Q. My husband and I don't have any effects from edibles. Yeah, so you got that thing too, Jill, where your liver doesn't break it down. So again, it's all about education. If people don't know that, so for a lot of these folks, it's essentially like buying a bottle of booze and not knowing what the percentage is. Everybody's different. Northern Lights chocolate bar, 250 milligrams total. Yeah, that'd last me a while. That lasts me a minute. Brandon says, I mix edibles, moon rocks, dabs, and hash high grade flower regular smoke sets for me all day, each day. Love my high concentrate. All right. Yeah, he's that's expensive. It's an expensive tolerance, sir. But gotta do what you gotta do. Javin says CBD is a joke to me. Must not interact with his body well. Definitely helps me when it comes to pain and not wanting to get the munchies, that kind of stuff, anxiety. But again, everybody's different. So looking forward to, we're actually going to be doing a few different things on getting into when it comes to learning more about the plant. We've got a couple of podcasts that we're working on line up with a few different folks across different realms. Really looking forward to that. Excuse me. Do you think the most common text in people over 30 is, dude, how many milligrams were in those gummies? Probably. Why I was looking into that Mad Honey. Oh yeah, I'd seen that Mad Honey. Just heard about that. Don't know what to make of it. Somebody check it out and let me know what they find on it. It's a little interesting as far as how that all works. I don't get munchies from smoking or eating it. Dang, Ken. I would pay a lot of money for that whatever procedure. If they come out with a procedure, something. THCV, I still got to try quality THCV. Every time I go somewhere, I forget. I know that's supposed to help as well. But Loom hooks me up. Prices are good. Fair. But don't sleep on higher love. We got that discount for you. They take care of you. It's one of the best parts. You're missing out. Fair. Microdosing is the way. Yes, I agree. All right. Well, this is really, I appreciate you guys dealing with my shitty situation over here. This is really weird not being able to see what's going on and not fully be able to talk to you guys. But looks like Tim's having some issues, so we'll have to get him rescheduled for a visit. Definitely excited about him. He's with Life Pack, Life Political Action Committee. Great overall dude. Looking at helping with cannabis, helping end cannabis prohibition here in Wisconsin. We're looking at partnering up and doing some radio ads, that kind of stuff. Really get some noise being made. So, excuse me. Gonna let you guys get back to it. Maybe this is something related to power going out yesterday. I have no idea, but this is driving me absolutely nuts. So thank you guys again for your patience in dealing with the screen and everything here. And we'll get Tim on one of our episodes coming up here, and really looking to enjoy getting him on here with you guys. So I go there too and rise higher love. Yeah, absolutely. This supposed to open on Memorial Day. That's a great question. We'll have to look into it. I would assume so, with the amount of traffic that they could have. But everybody have a great night. Thank you for joining. This computer is going to be in the trash. If you're looking for a computer, check the garbage. I'm just kidding. Hope everybody has a great evening. Thank you again for your time. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, guys. If this is really ending.